What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome to week 1 of the UNPL Pokemon Draft League. I am so excited to finally be bringing you our first battle of the season, and we are in for quite the treat. Make sure to leave a like on this video and leave me a comment down below letting me know that you are rooting for this team above every other team. No other coaches need to be rooted for, just me. It's fine. So of course, let me know all of your support down there for the Appalachia Appletons, and of course subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Now this week we are facing Indomitable Will and his San Antonio Sparse. Now, funny story, last time around when we were doing the SSBA, Will and I were actually slated to face each other week 1 of that league, but Will, for other circumstances, had to drop the league right before we started, and so I played against his replacement, but the team that he had drafted, and I actually won that week. So I have beaten a team that he has made before, but I've not actually beaten him. So I think we need to go ahead and shore that up and actually take a win. Now the thing is, let's do a little quick team builder here. Take a look at what Will is packing. Will has a really scary team. He just packed power. I don't know how this team made it through the cracks, but somehow Will was able to draft an absolutely insane team. And so we have our work cut out for us this week. Hopefully we can do that. And we're going to do that in 2 ways. Number 1, we have, of course, good luck on our side because we are repping the merch this week. We are repping the shirt. And I think that it's going to be awesome in helping us. We're going to be wearing this every week. It actually has my name on the back as well. So a lot of really cool stuff as far as that goes. And if you're interested in any of that, there will be a link in the description for some merch like that. Of course, proceeds do go towards the coaches for that. There's my stuff, and all of the other coaches as well have some stuff in there as well. So make sure to check that out in the description. Of course, there's also the Discord to check out, all the fun things. It's all down there. We of course allowed Darkrai this time around, and yeah, I happen to vote pro Darkrai being allowed, and then now having to face it, I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, this thing is going to be really powerful. It hits really hard. Of course, Dark Void is no good, and Hypnosis is also rough, so we're not as worried about that, especially on this squad, but definitely could be a threat there. We've got Garchomp, Florges as a defensive option there. We've got the newly buffed Manaphy, which is really hard to take down. We've got what everybody calls Windhorse, the Spectrier. This thing is insane. We've got Fortress, Kilowattrel, which I think is one of the most underrated Pokemon in draft currently. Sneasler, which was the star of our show in last season in SSBA. And then we've got Carkol and Thwackey. So a really strong squad, just insane power all throughout. However, I do think that there are a few things that we can do to possibly beat it. And we are, of course, going to start off with our Ursaluna, the big boy himself. This is going to be our main way of breaking during the early and mid game. It's not necessarily going to be our sweeper, but it could be depending on situations, which we'll get to here in just a second. So of course we're rocking a very usual set. There's nothing too crazy about this, except that we're running a lot of speed this week. With 248 speed, we get to 1, maintain our adamant nature, which is huge for a lot of our calcs here. We really need that adamant nature. And 2, we outspeed anything on his team, barring anything that's scarfed, if it is paralyzed, or if we were at +2 with our Trailblaze. Now, why is that important? Well, we are going to actually be using a lot of the yellow magic, as it were, this week, and try to spread status across as much of his team as possible, and then try to hex like crazy. We're going to start off doing that, of course, with our Golden Go. Our Golden Go was the second bring that I wanted to take along this week, and we've got a really defensive set with a little bit of offense on there. With 248 HP and 152 defense, we can live 2 +2 Shadow Claws from a Sneasler, which is pretty huge. It's a great calc in order to be able to take the 1 and Thunder Wave it. It's most likely that my opponent is going to run the White Herb this week. prepping for me to possibly bring webs on the Vikavolt, or to go ahead and click the close combat as a backup option. Golden Go prevents both of those things from happening, and so I come in, I take a Shadow Claw, even if he goes for Sword Stance, Thunder Wave it, and then I can go into something else like the Ursaluna, and I'm going to be faster because he never got his Unburden to activate. So that is going to be really, really helpful. That's kind of my check there. We've got Air Balloon on it this week. I was close to bringing Ghost Resist Berry, but I think Air Balloon is going to end up being better overall, just to help us out with the Garchomp. We'll see what happens. Our other form of yellow magic is going to come in our Dragonite. Our Dragonite is a very defensive set this week, well, specially defensive rather, and we're running boots with full special defense. Now, this is kind of weird, but the thing is, his team is all special attackers basically, except for like the Garchomp, right, and the Fortress, which who cares? So we can really focus down on that special side, and we're really not gonna have to worry too much about Sneasler on this. I don't think it's gonna be that much of a problem. And with the combination of Multiscale and Roar, this allows us to basically take on any of those threats that want to try to set up on us and then try to sweep, right? We can of course bring this in as long as it's still healthy, or as long as it has its Multiscale, and roar out anything we want. This of course helps with substitutes. If the Spectrier wants to do sub nasty plot kind of things, it gives us some counterplay to that, which is great. And we've also got Ice Beam for opposing Garchomp, and then of course the T-Wave on here to slow things down and spread status, of course, with that Hex. We have another Hex user though this week, and that is Monkey Dory. We are letting the monkey out of the barrel this week, and we're going with a Choice Scarf variant. This will outspeed anything on his team that is not scarfed, and it will outspeed most things that even are scarfed. We're actually set to outspeed a Garchomp, and so that's a really important thing because the Garchomp does get Scale Shot now, and so even if it's not scarfed, it could click the Scale Shot and become +1, and of course we can't paralyze it because it is a ground type, so we need that speed in order to outrun it. So that is a very important thing that I think is going to come into play. And of course we've got the Toxic Chain. This will allow us to poison Pokemon that maybe we couldn't paralyze with other methods, and so things like the Garchomp that want to come in on this, you know, we may not be able to paralyze it, but we can sure poison it, and that is going to double that Hex's power when Monkey comes in to hopefully clean up at the end of the game. We've got Psychic on there as well for the Sneasler. We've got Focus Blast on there for some other things. So overall I think this set's really good. I think for the most part in the early game we're going to be clicking U-turns, just trying to spread status around as much as we can. We're going to be really annoying, and that's fine. I think it's totally fine. We've got to kind of play a little cheesy in order to beat a team that's as powerful as Will's, but I think that we can possibly pull out a win. We'll just have to see what happens. Next up, I'm like, okay, we need a backup to our backup here. And what is just a really safe option, right? What's a really safe option that could prevent a sweep if something weird happens, right? And I think that Sylveon is another great bring here. Sylveon matches up really well into my opponent's team. Outside of the Darkrai clicking Sludge Bomb, there's not a whole lot that really deals with this all that well, especially after I set up Calm Minds. So we are going to be max defense here. That's for the Garchomp and the Sneasler. Hopefully we don't have to deal with Sneasler. Hopefully we can get rid of that before this happens. But if that happens, then it's fine. And so we can set up our Calm Minds and hopefully just kind of sweep from there. This could be a really good late game option once Sneasler is gone. If I can get it in for free, I should be able to Calm Mind and then Wish and Protect and all that pretty easily. And by that point, we may just win with Hyper Voices, because Hyper Voice hits his team really, really hard. So that's one thing we're going to be watching out for. Hopefully remove Sneasler and then get this in and maybe do some big damage. We'll just have to see. Finally, we have one thing that a tech that I'm really excited about is week 1. We're bringing Meowscarada with Trick Room. Week 1, this is a tech that normally people don't really bring hardly at all, right? Because it's a coveted move slot on Meowscarada. It's very important to have all of your utility available to you. But yeah, we're bringing Trick Room possibly. Now, like I said, this is a backup strat. I don't want to rely on this being a thing, but if for some reason we're not able to get up Thunder Waves like what we want, then we're gonna need this for our Ursaluna to go nuts. Ursaluna actually, by clicking any of its 3 moves, will be able to OHKO anything on my opponent's team as long as I'm faster, right? We can't take too many hits on Ursaluna, but as long as we can be faster and our opponent hasn't set up anything crazy or have, you know, like the random normal resist berry, we can OHKO pretty much anything on the squad. And so that is going to be huge. Spikes are there to disrupt any kind of Focus Sash users, maybe a Horse or a Darkrai Focus Sash, something like that. This can disrupt that. Flower Trick, even uninvested, is going to OHKO a Manaphy. It also ignores if he is the Iron Defense set. So yeah, we don't care about that with Flower Trick, which is great. And Knockoff to take out possible sashes or possible Choice Scarfs as well. I'm looking at possible Choice Scarf on the Kilowattrel. It's very possible. And that comes in on Masquerada pretty easily, and so we may hopefully get rid of a Choice Scarf there, and that will help us out a lot. So that is our squad that we are rocking this week. I hope that you guys are excited for an awesome battle. I'm going to go ahead and get connected with Will, and we will jump right into this week's battle. All right, we are searching for Will here, and I am really hoping that we can start this series off with a win. Now, I'm going to try doing this with no music and then put in some really cool music afterwards. And I'm not going to wear my headphones this time because normally that messes me up. But okay, these are the exact 6 that we were expecting. We were expecting no Horse. We were expecting, yeah, this is the 6 that we were expecting. I worked with It's Danny Mac again on my team this week. Huge shout out to him. He is the commissioner of this league also, and he is really awesome at helping out with team building and that kind of thing. And so yeah, this is exactly what we expected, which is good. Let's see, I believe I always lead with Monkey and just click U-turn, and we will go from there. We've already wished good luck, have fun, and we are going to jump right in. Whew, I'm a little nervous. I really hope that we can pull out an early win here and get off to a start. We do have an extra week in this season as compared to the previous weeks. We have Fortress. Okay, so Fortress actually comes in, and one thing that's interesting about this is that, so he sees that I don't have my spinner, right? I didn't bring the Bramblegast this week, but the thing is, this just invites in my Ursaluna pretty freely. So I'm just going to hard switch. U-turn's not going to make a difference. Well, I mean, it could break Sturdy, but he's probably leftovers, so it's not going to make a difference here. And so I'm just going to bring in Ursaluna here right off the rip here. Yeah, he's going to set spikes, which is fine. That's totally fine. Like I said, I know that I don't have any way of removing hazards. He sees that, and so he's going to take advantage of that. I'm going to click Trailblaze here and see what he wants to do. He may opt to switch. He can. That's fine. I almost clicked Facade to catch the Garchomp. That's fine. That does a tiny bit of damage. And so, let's see. +1 still doesn't outspeed Jolly Max speed, so I don't think I want to stay in on this. But what does my opponent want to go for here? Why is this his check? Could be a Stealth Rocker. That's possible. There are plenty of other things that my opponent may want to do here. I assume that Garchomp could have Iron Head, so I don't know if Bubblegum is the best switch in immediately. let's go into Fandango here. I don't want to stay in on this. I can't lose Ursaluna this early. That is, that would be one of the biggest throws of all time. But yeah, we're on a balloon here. So if you want to go for the Earthquake, we're immune. Endure. Okay, we're already, bro. Everybody wants to run Endure against me, and it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous that everybody wants to run Endure against me. Yeah, so I don't know what is he like Endure Custap or Endure some maybe like Attack Berry or Salic Berry maybe? Oh boy, everybody likes running this against me. So I mean, against Golden Go, there's really not much you can do to me while my balloon is up. I'm just gonna click Make It Rain here. Okay, he's gonna let me almost take him out, which is pretty nice. We're gonna go to -1, which is fine. He Dragon Tails me out. Okay, that does break my balloon, but honestly, I think that's okay. Getting big damage on this is fantastic. And what do I end up going out into? Dragonite. Not ideal. Definitely far from ideal. I am slower. I really don't want to take a big hit. I doubt he clicks Dragon Tail again. He probably clicks a different dragon move, I would imagine. In which case I could go out into Sylveon. Yeah, let's just go straight Sylveon here. I don't like the Dragonite matchup. I need to save my multi-scale for something else and not just wasting it on something like this. Yeah, I'll take Spikes damage, but I mean, you're not going to click Earthquake there. You might click like an Outrage or something. He just clicks Dragon Tail again, so he was just giving me this Garchomp, which, I mean, I guess is fine, I suppose. I mean, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see what a Calm Mind does here. Yeah, we withdraw. Okay, that's fine. What do you go into? Fortress? Okay. That's fair. I mean, if you have Iron Head, right? I mean, like, that's not doing all that much, right? You're doing 34 to 40. I think I Calm Mind again. I mean, I'm faster than you, so I can get off the wishes. And, I mean, possibly even pass that to Ursaluna if I need to. But, I mean, so I'm not worried about... I mean, Gyro Ball, that's not doing enough. That's not doing nearly enough. So, I'm really not worried about Gyro Balls. I'm going to Calm Mind again. I'm going to get greedy. Yeah, I mean, he probably has some counterplay to this. He may have, like, Haze or something like that. That's fine. Gyro Ball doesn't really do anything. I wish here, just in case of a crit. I don't want to end up losing on a crit. That would be really, really bad. So we're going to wish here. Doesn't switch, is allowing me to set up, which is great. Like I said, this is a good option. Okay, he Volt Switches on the Wish, which actually is pretty nice, because depending on what he goes into, I can just protect on that. It's probably Darkrai. It's Sneasler. Okay. So we've got Sneasler here. Dire Claw has a chance to take me out here, but the thing is, he also could just Swords Dance. And if he were to Swords Dance, then I could be possibly screwed. I don't know that I can risk it, though. I'm gonna protect. I don't want to take a possible Dire Claw here. He very well might just go for the... No, he went for Dire Claw. Okay, cool. We can live one Dire Claw from Adamant, from full. It does 68 to 81, and we always OHKO with Hyper Voice. So that's what I'm clicking. Yep, we always live that. Don't get some crate. Doesn't get any status at all, and Sneasler is gone. Let's go. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. So we've got... So Sylveon, Hyper Voices, Sneasler. Take that out, trying to keep track of my KOs here. I'm going to protect to see what it is that you want to go for here. Possibly an Iron Head, I would imagine. Right? Earthquake, okay. I want to see how much this does here. It depends on... it's close. It's close. It's a roll, I think. Do I risk this roll? Because I mean, if I get it, then I'm sitting kind of pretty, right? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna click Wish here. Yeah, there's our Earthquake. We should live. We do, actually, pretty comfortably, which is great. Again, max defense on the Sylveon coming in clutch here, which is absolutely fantastic. And so we are going to be able to be healing up more than what he can deal after we click an easy protect here. He could switch if he wants to, but honestly, this is his best option. So I think I just keep wishing and protecting. Sets up rocks. I mean, if Sylveon never leaves the field again, then that's not gonna matter. And I mean, at the very least, this is gonna be big. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Let's see here. Of course, I start getting a call right in the middle of the battle. So I wish again. Yep, UEQ, that's fine. Not doing enough, and now I'll be back to full health after this, which is great. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and protect here. I want to be back up to full. Again, I don't want to mess around with any kind of crit shenanigans. We protect here. Yep, not risking that at all. EQ, it's fine. And we're going to get back up to full. Sylveon is an absolute beast, and we talked about this possibly being a win con, and here it is, man. And that is really, really awesome. I'm really happy with how this is performed. I don't think I need to get greedy anymore, right? I'm already at +3, right? I think 3 is fine. I think +3 is okay. I don't think I need to go anymore. So let's go ahead and we'll take this EQ right to the dome. It doesn't do all that much. And we'll go ahead and hyper voice that up. And we get a useless crit, which is fine. And Sylveon is going to hyper voice the Garchomp as well. Very cool. This thing's a beast, man. It's such a good mon, and I'm so glad I was able to snag it. Originally, I was trying to get Florges, which actually is on the other squad, but it just didn't work out. I'm gonna wish here. My opponent can really do whatever he wants to do, but I mean, Gyro Ball's not doing all that much to me. So yeah, I mean, it's really fine. Again, I can get back up to full and leave this situation very healthy. So yeah, I'm gonna protect again. If you want to spikes on my protect, that's fine. I really don't care. I've got plenty. Yeah, okay, that's fine. This Sylveon just kind of sits on his team. It's fantastic, honestly. Now I want to see how much is Darkrai gonna do with a Sludge Bomb when I'm at +3. Oh, 21 to 25. That is nothing. And Hyper Voice should be a 2-hit KO here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Oh, comfortably a 2-hit KO. Alright, so I'm going to Wish here and then Hyper Voice again. And I should go into this next turn at full health. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna Wish here. Oh, the Custap explosion. Oh, I should have protected. Okay, it was Gyro Ball. Okay. I was expecting explosion there, and that could have hurt. That could have hurt really bad. Oh man, if my opponent had realized, I think, how close is he? I don't know if he realized he was in range. Oh, that's hard. I don't know if I'd have been able to tell either. That's hard to tell, so that's unfortunate. So we'll go ahead and click Hyper Voice again here, and SYLVEON Hyper Voices the Fortress. Okay, and so we've taken out all of the physical attackers with our special Pokemon here with SYLVEON. Man, Bubblegum going to town here. And so I'm just gonna click, well, do I want to set up a wish here? Nah, we'll just Hyper Voice here. Yeah, we expected the Sludge Bomb. It's gonna do, oh, that does nothing thanks to the Calm Minds. We don't get the poison. Darkrai goes down in one hit. This is why we allowed it, ladies and gentlemen, is we said that it's fine. And it is. It definitely is. Darkrai. And I don't think my opponent has anything that he can do to the SYLVEON. I just think my opponent underestimated the power of SYLVEON. I'm just gonna click Hyper Voice again. There's the Terra. All right, very good. Yeah, so this can Terra into electric, water, or ice. All of which I don't think matter. There's ice, which is exactly what we expected. Totally fine. And so we should be able to, so yeah, there's the T-Bolt. You take that. Oh my gosh, that did like 10. Hyper Voice, one-shots Kilowattrel. Oh man. This is how you start off a season, ladies and gentlemen, is by doing stuff like this. Just Hyper Voice all the way through. Hyper Voice Kilo, last is Manaphy, and we're gonna take a 6-0 victory in week 1. This was what we were talking about, right? Is that my opponent took all kinds of insane power in this league, right? But if you don't have all the synergy in place, right, it can fall apart really easily to certain things. And so his opponent is a lot of, my opponent's team is a lot of special attackers, right? It's almost entirely special. And so being able to go in and just set up these Calm Minds like this and not having the physical threats that can put forth the numbers, him having Iron Head on his Garchomp would have made a huge difference, just because SYLVEON's pretty slow, so Gyro Ball doesn't do all that much damage. And so once SYLVEON got going, there was just no stopping it. So unfortunately, I didn't get to show off any of the Monkey Dory stuff. I didn't get to show off any of the Yellow Magic. Ursaluna did nothing. So yeah, this is just the SYLVEON video. So I already know what the thumbnail's gonna be. It's gonna be great. And I hope you guys are excited for a great start to our season. I'm so excited about this. This is really awesome. So again, next week, we are going to be bringing you week 2, and we are going to have just as great of a match then as well. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Until next time, stay safe out there, stay healthy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.